Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Mayegun Live.
Lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
As you are joining us, please share the broadcast to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun is live. If you are watching this live, this one is live. I'm also sharing the broadcast as we speak. Please do the same. Read the caption of this broadcast, the description as well. I actually implore you to please read the description. That tells you more about what you are about to watch. Shaibu out. Marvelous in. Edo political brouhaha reached its crescendo today when the longtime ally, the two supposed, proteges of Oshiomole, Obaseki and Shaibu parted ways, we heard, politically months back. However, it all came to head today when Shaibu was removed just few months to the end of his tenure as a deputy governor in Edo. Also, the notorious kidnapper Wadume returned back to his people's warm embrace. He received a heroic welcome after spending 5 years in jail for kidnapping. Emefiele to EFCC detention is part of the gist. Motide. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you. And thanks so much for joining me again. I haven't read the description of this broadcast. The header, which is the topic, out there as well. So thank you, and then sharing that too. So I want to sort of start by, sort of lighting our mood or lightening us up a little bit, light up the room. There is this video that, made it to the internet just last night and today. And it's been so trending because someone who has probably a little bit knowledge of the Yorubas and the Yorubas race was invited to the Entrepreneurs Summit, I believe, in Ondo, where they were talking, and he had the chance to explain the Yoruba anthem to the Yorubas in audience. I don't know if you have seen it. I'm going to share that with you. Let's start from there, okay? Because it's something I kind of feel like you need to see, okay? And then I'll come back to the rest. Let's go to that place.
And I will tell you that with this that I'm doing now, it was a dream for me, and now I'm making it come true. I will thank for the invitation to Dr. Sumi Smart. Thank you for this opportunity. Gómìnà wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ farabalẹ̀. Gómìnà wa ń bí farabalẹ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Bàbá wa, ọ̀gá wa, olórí wa. Mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa orin ìpínlẹ̀ wa, ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo. Mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ká ní òye sí nípa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńbẹ̀. Ó sọ pé iṣẹ́ wà fún ilẹ̀ wa. Iṣẹ́, work. Iṣẹ́, responsibility. Iṣẹ́, duty. Fún ilẹ̀ wa. For our land, for our soil. Our responsibility for our land. Our duty for our soil. Fún ilẹ̀ ìbí wa. For the land of our birth. Ká gbéga fún ayé rí. Ká gbéga fún ayé láti rí. Let's lift it up for the world to see. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé, our belief is that bí a ti bí ẹrú ni a bí ọmọ. Ìbí ojú bí. The way a slave is born is the same way a child is born. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Tí bá jọ ṣiṣẹ́, tá bá jọ ṣiṣẹ́, a máa jọlá. Let's work together. Let's be wealthy together. Let's work together. Let's break through together. Let's work together. Let's make it together. Ìṣọ̀kan àti òmìnira. Ìṣọ̀kan. Iṣẹ́ ọ̀kan. The act of doing as one. Tí àwọn olóyìnbó ń sọ, tí àwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní unity àti òmìnira. Unity and freedom. Ní kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ní kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lé ipá ẹ̀. That should be our driving force. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fún ọ̀pọ̀ ire. Let's continue in plenty of goodness. Àti ohun tó dára, and everything that is good. Ọmọ Oòduà, ẹ dìde o. Children of Oòduà, let's rise up. Bọ́sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Enter into your right to develop this land. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. You are the light of the black race. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Thank you so much. I wanted to share that with you as we are all joining the sermon at the temple tonight. Please share the broadcasts. Shaibu Philip happens to be one smart dude. From his record. He has been able to work his way through the ladder of the Nigeria corrupt political system. And maybe just like others who believes that if you want to change Nigeria, you should change Nigeria from inside by joining them. Maybe he's one of them, maybe not. Shaibu rose to prominence under Oshiomhole to the point that he was nominated to deputize Obaseki. His track record has always been like as a student unionist and all of that. From that background, he's managed to rise to the position of a deputy governor, meaning he's always been ambitious. He's young, well, maybe not too young, but he's young. Obaseki and the rest of them at the time, they were a good pair, people would say. But along the line, Obaseki became more uncomfortable with Shaibu's political sort of moves. In in their second term election, so to say, which is 2020, when their godfather decided to drop both of them for a former PDP governorship candidate in Edo, right? Ise Yamu. Now, to cut the long story short, they were able to be accommodated in PDP at that wee hour of their preparation for elections. And along the line, Edo no be Lagos also worked in their favor. So after the victory, then the real war started between them. Nobody can really say where things goes wrong between them, other than Shaibu want to be governor. Obaseki did not want him to be governor. To Obaseki, Shaibu can only be a deputy governor. He cannot be allowed to handle the affair of Edo State. Therefore, he, Obaseki, will decide his own successor. And that successor will never be Shaibu. But Shaibu, coming from the background of a student unionist, right? And who has grown in ranks to the point that he believes he has built a political capital that could upstage the former banker Obaseki when the real politicking kicks off. In fact, Shaibu was considered to be the real strength behind the Obaseki's audacious effrontery with his godfather, Oshiomhole. So I think Shaibu was given more roles. According to record, he was given a free hand in Obaseki's government, and to his own political rivals, he abused it. But to Shaibu, well, the man he worked with does not believe in him leading the state. So he would have to decide that for himself. So Obaseki became so uncomfortable enough that he was able to have to get the House of Assembly on his side. And listen, this is not even just PDP lawmakers, so APC lawmakers too, and Labour Party lawmakers too. How that played out, I don't know, okay? But they seem to all agree that Shaibu somehow trampled upon or overstretched the free hand given to him by Obaseki, that he's done so much to upstage him on several occasions. But Shaibu was pretty much like, listen, guys, people can cook up a lot of things about me, okay? The point here is this: Obaseki does not want me to succeed him, and I thought I could do it myself. Unfortunately, the entire establishment of their own establishment in Edo State worked against him until this morning when the assembly sat and decided to remove him few months few months before the end of his tenure, 8 years or 2-term tenure as deputy governor in Edo. But according to him, it is not over yet until it is over. I don't know what that means, okay? But take a look. Obaseki immediately replaced Shaibu with a 38-year-old Omobayo Marvelous as the new deputy governor of Edo State. So that is what brought about the rider Shaibu out. Marvelous in. The politics behind all of this, as well as what power can be like. You see, Nigeria is a place where sometimes, right, people will tell you the problem is these old, greedy, selfish politicians. They are the ones who will never allow the young ones with beautiful ideas, brilliant ideas, to get into political office. Now, you see this theory or this belief has been going on for years, and a lot of us seems to believe it, ignoring the fact that majority of those in charge of the federating unit of Nigeria, the states, they are young people. I am actually talking about state governors who are like in their 40s, 50s. These guys makes about 70, 80% of those who are running the states, local government areas. When you go into the lawmaking part of the whole thing, right? Most of them are young people. I mean, young people who are supposed to be like me and you, with nice vision. And, you know, although a lot of people believe that the real young people that we see in politics in Nigeria, either state governor, deputy, or any other political positions that these young people are holding in this different part of establishments in Nigeria, majority of them are actual products of the political academy owned by these greedy, selfish old hags. So then the apple does not fall far from the tree. So what that simply means is that you cannot continue to use that theory, the theory of old people, very old and selfish, greedy people are the ones destroying Nigeria. No, they are not. Because when you look at, people do have prospects. They will tell you, look at this governor is young. Look at that governor there is young. These were supposed to be the people running to be president, Abi. If they have done so fantastically well at their own primary assignment of governing a state, because there are states in Nigeria that are bigger than many countries in the world. I'm serious. They are not just bigger in landmass and all that. Economically, they are supposed to be bigger, but they are poor. Leave that out of it, okay? But population and landmass, there are states that are bigger, far bigger in population and landmass than many countries that are real countries all over the world. So you can call all these guys mini presidents, and they are like their own mini Hitlers. Do you understand? It is like recreation of the plutocracy going on at the center in Abuja, recreating that in 37 places, including FCT. 37 places where you have exact madness going on in Abuja, but ridiculously, even more terrible in some of these states. And when it comes to power, it's the same. They invest so much energy, resources, including the resources of their people, in fighting political battle than actually fixing the problems. Young people now, I'm talking about young people, they talk a lot. They have so many brilliant ideas. Obaseki is considered to be one of the most brainy Nigerian governors, but that is just in theory. In practice, go to Edo State right now. They will tell you, oh, he's trying, he's done so well. You know, as Edo State has no this money, no money, that, right? I don't want to go into that. Okay? However, I'm talking about them wasting precious resources on trying to cover up their own criminality by choosing whoever is going to do that for them. Not in the interest of the state, but in their own interest. Young people who are running things, they are product of the establishment, no doubt. But you will think they are young people now, they should have the mind of their own. How can you have the mind of your own when you are corrupt? That's one horrible thing about corruption. Okay? Corruption blackens your heart, blinds you so much that the greed will almost make you like you are not human beings. You get that? Doesn't matter how educated you are or how exposed you are. All those won't really matter. The greed and the layer of power, you know, and all of that is associated with it and all that. So, yeah, I remember actually rooting for these guys. Like, you know, man, I like it when you stand up against the establishment. Enough that you can now use the resources for the betterment of your people. But now we know better. So now, Edo people, beneath Edo State, welcome your new deputy governor, the ones that is not going to make Obaseki uncomfortable. Let's start from there. Marvelous. So, you know, Shaibu he was pretty much like humiliated so much that if not for the same greed, all right, he should have resigned as a deputy governor at least 8 months ago, a year ago. At a point, Obaseki kicked him out of the government house and transferred him to one ministry that is outside the space of the government house as his new office. Okay? And he was barred from speaking to the press as well. Again, your new deputy governor. So what they did there is to make sure that is denied his pension. Okay. And that's